Hi everybody. I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna show a SCI project I started way back after I started King's Quest 2, but just getting right volume levels here. But also never finished. It was a much shorter game, and it was related to Infamous Adventures. It was going to be sort of an Infamous Adventures little fun thing. So what it was, well, I'll just start it. I'm not even sure if it has music, but I'll start it up. Oh, no SCIV. No EXEs at all. Oh, here we go. Kingdom of Sorrow. There's no music. Yes, this is a King's Quest Kingdom of Sorrow small demo made in SCI. The graphics are all from the original Kingdom of Sorrow project, but they were edited by Jeremy Lamb, aka Lambonius, and converted down to flat colors, and I took those images and converted them to EGA 16 colors. So he converted them to flat colors without shading, so it'd be easier to convert into EGA, and boy does it look pretty nice. So this is kind of like in the vein of those Sierra demos that had completely original storylines to them, instead of a slice of the actual game. So this was going to be a little mini adventure that had nothing to do with the actual game they were developing. It would just be a short little story, and it would end quickly. No reason to save. You can see you can't even save. Saving is disabled in this demo. And breath. Do I need to hold breath? Okay, dive. So the idea of this little game is Graham goes to see a fortune teller and asks him or her, who knows who they actually were, to help him locate his son Alexander. So this is between King's Quest 2 and 3. Surface to find yourself in the heart of a dense, dark swamp forest. You climb out anxious to complete your task and get out of here quickly. A lot of the animations are done. I took those from King's Quest 5, actually, where he's shaking off the water. Catching you completely off guard, a snake suddenly drops down from the tree branches above and lands on top of you. With a hiss, it quickly coils around you effortlessly, preventing any escape. You struggle with all your might, but you cannot escape its vicing grip. And then there's no animation. I just took one from King's Quest 1. Ow! The snake sinks its fangs into your shoulder. The pain is unlike anything you have ever felt. The snake begins to loosen its grip on you. Finally, you loosen its grip, and you finally manage to throw the reptile to the ground. It slithers away deep into the forest as quickly as it appeared. And then the snake slithers away. I have a lot of placeholder dialogue print windows here, because there are no animations. A wave of weariness suddenly washes over you. The vile creature has poisoned you. Now what are you going to do? You won't last long without help, and and now you're trapped in this swamp. Your energy is draining fast. You'd better find some way to cure yourself quickly before you become too weak to do anything about it. And then the death timer starts. So you can see there's a timer in the top corner here, like in King's Quest III. That's on purpose because you have 20 minutes, 20 real-time minutes to finish this demo, or you will die. And you can't save. But it's just a short little game, and 20 minutes really would have been plenty of time. So, as I said, this game has nothing to do with the Kingdom of Sorrow story that was being developed by Infamous Adventures, based on the novel, the King's Quest novel, by the way. So it's like a what-if scenario. So Graham goes to see this fortune teller to ask anything that she can tell him about Alexander, and she shows him this. And no matter what happens, whether you win the game or die, it triggers another sequence of Graham talking to the fortune teller again, and he says, "Is this what's going to happen?" And then she says, I say she because fortune tellers are usually she's. She says, "It's but one possible future." So it's like this is a what-if story. That once you get to these swamps in the actual game, once you would have gotten to them because the game's not being released now, the actual swamp map would be completely different, and there's no snake, and it's just a totally different story altogether. But these graphics are really nice, though. It worked really well. Yeah, there's no responses at all that I typed in. I just did kind of what you need to do. But so you're wandering around. Speed it up a bit. Eventually you come to yes. It's even got a close-up. These skeletal remains are old. Various bones are either showing signs of advanced deterioration or are missing altogether. This man died a number of years ago. He must have met with the same slimy serpent that poisoned you, only he could not save himself in time. You'd better hurry up and figure out how to cure yourself before you end up like him. Perhaps there's a clue here that can help you. I don't know what this 4 is. That's a mistake. Body. Skeleton sits leaning against the tree trunk. The right arm has been detached at the elbow and lies in the grass next to the body. Upon closer examination of the remains, you see a piece of paper held in the left hand. It appears to have writing on it. Look paper. Get paper. Read paper. Paper is very old and worn. The ink faded. It reads only 3 words: silence, key, and snake. The word snake is noticeably more clumsily written. The handwriting becomes increasingly faded and eventually trails off at the bottom of the page. Perhaps the poor adventurer, being near death, grew too weak to finish writing. Puzzling. If he was bitten by the same snake that attacked you and died as a result, why did he spend his final moments writing these words down? They must be important, but what could they mean? So I took this shot of the hand from Space Quest 6, actually, when he's holding the data recorder. And Roger had like a band-aid here and his thumb was all black, but I just cleared that all up. Exit. And also, if you look at the body, he kind of has a fedora, which is kind of a reference to Indiana Jones. So we have a paper with 3 words written on it. Very simple puzzle design in this demo. There's a flower there. But there's one scene. Okay, here's where we started. Egg. Nice big purple egg. If we go over here, I believe it is. Okay. So it's a 3x3 map. And I believe it's over here. Yeah. So in this tree here, there's supposed to be a snake. Look, tree. pox on you, vile reptile. And then the snake talks back. If memory serves, it is you who has been poxed, not I. You're taken aback. The serpent can speak. You speak? Does not respond. Why did you attack me? Again, the snake remains silent. You decide to be more forceful. I demand you answer my question. Snake is unfazed by your attempts to command the situation. It sits there eyeing you with a cold and unwavering gaze. It is in no way intimidated by you. Finally, it responds. Sport. So I had some help writing this with some of the members of the Infamous Adventures team. So talk snake again. And I don't think yeah, it just repeats the same. I don't think I programmed in the actual responses. So how this demo was supposed to work from beginning to end was the snake bites you, and it does it for sport, to watch you die. It doesn't want to kill you or eat you. It just wants to poison you and watch you wander around aimlessly and until you die. It somehow derives some pleasure from that. Evil snake. So these walk behinds are really nice. Do I have the debug? I do. So this tree, originally my plan was to have a close-up view of this tree, kind of like the close-up with when Graham is talking to Cedric in the introduction sequence of King's Quest V. And I had only started that background. I hadn't finished it. And I was going to take Graham from the EGA version of King's Quest V, looking up to it would be the same view, and except there would be a snake coiled on the tree instead of Cedric sitting on the branch. And so it would say, you talk to the snake again, and I can't remember the exact conversation, but the snake would offer you a chance to live, and that would be I can't remember if the snake tells you or if you discover somewhere else that the antidote for the venom poison. Snakes are venomous, not poisonous. I know. That should be a whole joke. I should keep it saying poisonous. So, yeah. He would tell you, or you would find out anyway somehow. I think it was the snake would tell you what the 3 ingredients need for the antidote. And one is a petal from the lotus flower, which is that flower we saw right here. And there's no images for the inventory items yet or anything. And then an eggshell from a specific creature, which would be this purple egg right here. Slock egg. Unspoiled and unbroken slock egg. So you needed the shell, so maybe there'd be there'd be 3 ingredients anyway, and each ingredient, one would have just a very simple puzzle design like the flower. Just pick it up, take a petal off of it. Eggshell, you'd have to do something to get the shell, and not the contents inside, obviously. And then the third one would be a sample of the snake's own venom you'd need. And the snake, once you get the first 2 ingredients, you'd go back and the snake would tell you what the 3rd ingredient is. And all the while the timer's timing down here. And the snake would say, I'll give you my venom if you answer these riddles. And so there would be 3 riddles, the answers of which are on this paper. I can't remember the exact riddles. They were also written by fellow people at Infamous Adventures. But these would be the answers to the riddles. If you found the body, if you decided to, obviously you would, and get the piece of paper. So it's not a very hard game. It's pretty easy game. And then you'd you'd solve the riddle, and the snake would have no choice but to give you his venom. And I can't remember why that would be. Maybe snakes have to follow their word or something. But he would anyway, and then you'd beat the demo and you'd be saved. And then you come to this screen. This vision. Why was I shown this? You saw what you had to see. Your son may be important to you, but you still have a larger role yet to play in this world. Alluding to Kingdom of Sorrow, a whole adventure that takes place. That has nothing to do with Alexander. The challenges in your past are nothing when compared to those you shall soon face. What challenges? What do you mean? Some things I cannot explain. I know that fate is a difficult thing to grasp. Knowledge may pull a man from the brink of death or lead him into despair. How you use this vision is up to you. Your son may be lost to you, but your duty remains. All will be revealed soon enough. Leave me now. I have no more to say. And that's the end of the demo. Kind of wish I would have finished it. Do you wish to view another vision or quit the game? So, review another vision would be to restart the demo. And it's always different because maybe you died and didn't finish it in time. But again, it's really easy. So if we restart, we come back here. So again, these are screens taken from the Kingdom of Sorrow game. I think some of them might have even been retooled and repurposed to use in Order of the Thorn, which Infamous Quest's release after Quest for Infamy. Because obviously it was a sad thing that Kingdom of Sorrow was cancelled, but they took all the artwork, and most of it anyway, and reused it for something that they could actually play with, and that was Order of the Thorn, the King's Challenge. And some of these screens are mirrored and reversed, and the map of the swamp is obviously different. I think in Kingdom of Sorrow it was going to be a random maze, like an infinite loop, or not an infinite loop, but every time you go to a screen it changes or something. And I made it an actual 3x3 screen. I was pretty proud of that. Those enemies, you don't even have to type. You just get in the water and Graham automatically puts himself in. And then when you dive underwater here, every so often bubbles come out. Bubbles come out of from where Graham is and slowly go up and to the right. And as soon as they hit a white control color, I believe, it disappears, and then a timer starts, and then another set of bubbles comes out. I think these are repurposed screens from King's Quest V. No, these were all originally drawn, I'm pretty sure. Snake and tree, so these are all like placeholders. And this here animation is Graham shaking off the ants in King's Quest V when you walk through. I just replaced his head with the King's Quest I Graham head instead of the King's Quest V one. Because there is an EGA version of King's Quest V that I borrowed a lot of animation frames from. So, and that's Kingdom of Sorrow. So I'll probably finish this at some point too. It's a short little game, and I'd like to see it finished and out there. And the graphics are just so nice. Really nice EGA. I like how contrasting everything is. Really beautiful. Anyway. Kingdom of Sorrow. So, back to King's Quest 2. What should we do today? Let's see here. I know I've kind of gone off the schedule of Art Week, Programming Week, Music Week. So last time I did some programming, I fixed the said statement on the mailbox so I can pick up basket, goodies, goodies basket, or basket of goodies, and they all work, which is so nice. I finished this screen, left side of the church, which is kind of nice. Quite like this tree. I'm not sure if I copied this tree from I must have copied it from King's Quest 2, or King's Quest 1, or King's Quest 4. That's where the bell is going to be. In the bell tower here. Is there any other screen that I've partially finished and never completed? Look through these here. So I'm purposely avoiding these swamp screens because I really want to get a good concept for how that would look with a really dark, creepy swamp. Like Colonel's Bequest levels of creepy. Maybe like there's a dark cloud over it and it almost starts looking like nighttime right around the swamp or something. I'll figure out what to do with that. So that's okay. Yep. Okay, so the antique shop. I don't even have a concept for how that could look. Maybe I'd make that one a little more era appropriate instead of this house looking thing like it's from the 20th century. There's another beach screen we could do where the clam and the bracelet is, where the steak is. Actually, one thing I'd like to do. Where's that scene? It's a scene that I didn't make. I can't remember who did, but they donated it to the game. The scene where you get the mallet inside the tree. This one. I think I might want to edit this a little bit to get some more detail on the tree bark so it doesn't look so flat. I mean, it looks wonderful, but it's not matching the style of the rest of the game, so I'll just do a bit of editing on it. And also, the shadows are in the wrong direction. The whole thing should be mirrored, so I can do that quickly. There we go. Just do a quick swap like that. Except that the shadows are going north when they should be coming south a bit. And they're too long. The shadows are too long. I could redo the shadows. I'll just leave it for now. And then we got the chasm here. The dwarf tree house. Bat cave. Inside the castle, that's going to be a whole ordeal. Start from the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I'll fix this tree because I hate this tree. This tree looks like something from Day of the Tentacle. It was like one of the first trees I did in this game, and it just looks awful. I do not like it. So if I go to AGI Studio, copy to clipboard, I'll just export this so I can keep it, save it. Resources, pictures, 7. Well, I should save it as old 7. Alright, so if we go all the way back to where I drew this tree, which is obviously one of the first things I did, sadly. Get rid of these random, stupid branches. Bye-bye. Alright, so there's the tree. So it's kind of a... I guess it's sort of a bit of a pine tree, eh? Spruce tree or something like that. Maybe... Oh, let's get some music back on here. I know the pine trees in AGI are all teal and cyan. Maybe I'll just use these colors. Well, what colors did I do them before? So green and gray, teal and green, and teal and light green. Color, this color, and this color. Okay. Yeah, let's do, I like to keep that gap. Same gap that it has. Go back to a shade and switch to this guy. And halfway through, go a little lighter. Back to shaded. That. And I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, no. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. This might look better after, it might not. I have no way of knowing. gotta change the color there. What color was that? I started it with is it just straight up black? There. Make sure this rock is drawn right. Not drawing over the actual branches. I can live without that line. Oh, maybe not that one. Did you read that article that was posted in the Facebook group about how screwed over the Sierra company was? Yeah, how they got screwed over. Yeah, I read about that years ago, actually. And how the, one of the guys was, like, charged and in like, prison for... since it happened. That was, like, 10, 15 years ago I read about that, though. I don't know what the state is now, if he's still in prison or not, but yeah. It's a sad story. Forbes guy, yeah, exactly. It was quite the story. This other tree here is being drawn on top of this tree. Straight over it, it looks like. It's quite a sad thing that Sierra had to go down like that. Like, being a monster, powerhouse, like, household name brand, Sierra. They were the king of PC games. Like, they had everything. And they turned into nothing. And now, nobody knows their name. Nobody in common circles, anyway. That line. The article mentioned how close Ken was with partnering with Jeff Bezos or riding the Warcraft Blizzard train. Oh, I didn't know he was part of it. I didn't know about that part, or I forgot. It's been so long since I read about it. I think I read it on Wikipedia. These music tracks on my playlist are... oh, they're MIDIs. That's why. Do I not have a... I have a AdLib FM Synth OPL Windows MIDI driver, so when you play a MIDI file, everything sounds like from an AdLib. Hey, Steve! How are you doing? I was just showing the Kingdom of Sorrow SCI demo I did earlier. That never finished. Remember this? Now, I was saying earlier how these backgrounds were originally made for Kingdom of Sorrow, and then Lamb took them and gave them some flat shaded colors, and I converted them to EGA. But were they reused in Order of the Thorn? I know I kind of mirrored some of these screens and stuff. Yeah, these ended up in Order of the Thorn. Nice. So at least the art got to see the light of day. I might finish this sometime just for fun. I mean, there was a whole story written and everything for this little mini story. Snake bites you. What did I say? The snake sinks its fangs into your shoulder. The pain is unlike anything you've ever felt. Then the snake begins to loosen its grip. So there's a way. A wave of weariness. The vile creature has poisoned you. Is that proper? Or is that jumping on the joke from King's Quest V? A poisonous snake. Can't say he venomed you, I guess. What's the case? Would love to finish KOS someday for fun. I mean, why not? Why not? Can use the same graphics. But this was a completely different story from the actual Kingdom of Sorrow game. In the introduction, Graham talks to a fortune teller asking for any information on Alexander, and she just says, I can show you what's most important. It might not be what you're expecting. And it's this alternate future of an area from Kingdom of Sorrow, but it's a completely different story, so it's like a possible future. And so in the actual Kingdom of Sorrow game, there was like no snake, I don't think, right? So the game was pretty much mapped out. I need to get 3 ingredients to get the antidote, and to get the 3rd antidote, it's the snake's own venom, and then to get the venom, the snake asks you 3 riddles, and you solve the riddles, and then you get the antidote and you beat the game. The game's on a timer for 20 minutes, and you can't save or load. And yeah, go through that intro sequence again. Why have you sought me, King of Daventry? I seek information, my lady. I search for my son, Alexander, who was stolen from us as a child. I think, one of the writers from IA, this music is totally inappropriate. One of the writers from IA, I'm sorry, I can't remember anybody's name from back then, wrote this introduction for me. Whoops, I skipped it. I was trying to get rid of this stupid song. Let me try this again. No, it's just gonna quit. Okay, start it up with CIV. Ah, what's the matter with me? Keep closing stuff. Fine, SCI, KOS, KOS. So it turns blue because the whole thing with Kingdom of Sorrow is a kingdom that's in an eternal winter or something like that. So it's kind of red and gold, and then it kind of freezes over, and that was the effect I think that was going to be in the actual Kingdom of Sorrow game logo. Was it AJ or Ponder? Ponder! That's who it was. Perhaps, perhaps not. This is good music for it. I've journeyed far and wide. I have discovered nothing. I would do anything to get him back. The powers I possess are uncontrollable. A vision I can provide you, and one alone, but what you will see, I cannot be sure. I don't understand. What will I see? You will see that which is most important. Show me what you can. And then the game starts. So this is a vision of a possible future. An alternate future. Because you don't actually do this in the game. These screens are in the game. Would have been in the game, but some of them are mirrored and the swamp map is completely different and all that. So after you... Whether you die from poison of the venom or if you beat the game, this is what it says. It does another short sequence. This vision, why was I shown this? You saw what you had to see. Your son may be important to you, but you still have a larger role yet to play in this world. Excellent writing by Ponderer. The challenges in your past are nothing when compared to those you shall soon face. What challenges? What do you mean? Some things I cannot explain. Know that fate is a difficult thing to grasp. Knowledge may pull a man from the brink of death or lead him into despair. How you use this vision is up to you. Your son may be lost to you, but your duty remains. All will be revealed soon enough. Leave me now, I have no more to say. And that's the end. And then it says, do you wish to view another vision or quit the game? So if you failed, you could restart the vision and do another alternate future where you might win if you figure out the puzzles. Really wish I knew what happened to Ponder. He just disappeared. Really? Oh, I tried Googling his real name, the one he gave for the credits in Space Quest 2, and I got like nothing. Oh, wow, that's too bad. Yeah, so many people have disappeared. Irby disappeared from the AGDI forums. Yeah, I can't even remember the Knight from the Tierra forums. He vanished early on. Head back here for a second. Oops. I took some of those animations from King's Quest V. This one is a placeholder. So the three ingredients were this flower, lotus flower. Come on. I can't even get close enough. Come on. Are you serious right now? I can't. That needs to be easier. There we go. Wow. And then there's a slock egg you need the shell from. So it's like a standard 3-part treasure hunt. The flower is easy enough to get all by itself, but then there's an extra layer of puzzle to get the shell from the egg. And then the third one is the poison, or the venom from the snake. And he gives you a riddle. And I can't remember the riddles, but the answers are all on this body here. He died from the snake. And he wrote the answers down before he died. And I took this hand from Space Quest 6. Silence, key, snake. Those are the answers to the riddle. I can't remember the riddles themselves. They're in the document somewhere. Yeah, I got an email from Irby a few years ago. The Knight. Wow, that's a name. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that was almost 18 years ago. Oh, dude, don't remind me. Let's see here. If I can find the design documents. Pictures, mine, SCI games, KOS, SCI demo stuff. I remember I pitched this. I'm like, maybe, what if I made a demo for Kingdom of Sorrow in EGA? And then someone said, what if it was an original story? And I did it all myself, and it wouldn't have to bother anyone else on the team because I wasn't actually working on Kingdom of Sorrow. I only worked on Space Quest 2. Map design, intro, outro, design docs. What does this say? Ooh, it's all still here. Riddles. What is it that you will break every time you name it? Silence. What force and strength cannot get through, I with a gentle touch can do, and many in the streets would stand were I not as a friend in hand. What am I? Key. I can sizzle like bacon, I am made with an egg. I have plenty of backbone, but lack a good leg. I peel layers like onions, but still remain whole. I can be long like a flagpole, yet fit in a hole. What am I? Snake. So the paper would be there for, if you really just couldn't figure this out. Maybe I could have made the paper a little harder to find or something, but can't be too hard. Graham gets bitten by the snake, which slows up. After more banter, the snake offers Graham a chance to save himself. That's the conversation I didn't finish writing. So the snake just kind of gets off on poisoning people with its venom and watching them die. And then Graham asks him why, and he says sport. He just likes to do it. But he'll offer you a chance if you can answer his riddles. And he'll give you the final ingredient, his venom, for the antidote, if you answer correctly. And then that would be the end of the demo. So it was kind of fun. Work on it. Too bad I didn't finish it. I wish I could have finished it, but maybe I will someday. And people can play it for fun, just to see what it would have been like. Okay, I was working on this. There's the tree. Good times back on those forums. I wasn't a part of any Sierra community back then except for Tierra and Infamous Adventures when they started. Oh, look at that. What's going on there? What's going on? Where is that? Oh, the tree. Oh. What color is this? Gray. So the tree's supposed to come down to here. Oh. Okay. Regarding that Jeff Bezos thing I said earlier, I found it in the article. 1998, before the fall, Ken Williams passed on a personal offer from Jeff Bezos to help develop Amazon for his own venture, WorldStream, that would bring talk radio to the internet. Oof, missed it by that much. Missed what? Okay, yeah, so that's the shape of the tree right there. Oh. This is the credit song from Space Quest 2 VGA. Space Janitor. You wrote the lyrics for this, didn't you, Steve?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, I did. This is a great song. Alright, now the tree bark here, I gotta make sure it doesn't go over the branches. We had such fun working on this game. Whoa, we made Space Quest 2. I know! We actually finished it. I'm extremely lucky to have been part of 2 games. I mean, obviously, I did King's Quest 3 too, but I did the other King's Quest 3. It's just really nice to be a part of that. I'm glad I did it. I wish I could do more. King's Quest 4, for instance, I really wish that AGDI would have been able to do that. If we had just gotten one more license. But oh well, that's what happens. We're lucky we got to do the ones that we did. Do more, you say? Sure, why not? They're easy to make. We'll do that in no time, you know, with all our experience. No way they'd take, you know, 6-8 years again. I'll finish the bark details on that tree in a minute. All these flood-filled commands are way off. Oh, interesting. What's going on here? Oh, it's the shadow from the other one. Okay. Okay. What game is this from? Oh, Quest for Glory 4. I got all of Quest Studios' digital soundtracks from all the Sierra games he recorded. And I haven't even played half the games. Like Quest for Glory, I don't know any of the music, so I didn't recognize that one. On there. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Nope. Nope. This stuff is really impressive for MIDI though, I mean, come on. Sounds like he used a MIDI guitar for that. That's supposed to be a guitar, right? Not a Rhodes or something? Man, I'm not that good. Some people can compose really good, some people can play really good, some people can do both really good. I think I'm more on the composing side than the musician side. I can't perform as well as that. I mean, I probably can't even compose as well as that, but... the immortal fanfare. And the best King's Quest game ever, King's Quest V. Cedric did nothing wrong. Snakes are poisonous. Alright, right here. That tree really sticks out like a sore thumb. Hopefully, when I put the details in it, it'll add more depth and look a little better. That's weird. There's two different versions. looks like I missed a flood fill over here. When I Saw You, Tom Lewandowski's love ballad for King's Quest II Plus. Is this the song version? Or is it instrumental? Song version. I still don't know who sang this. I was going over the song I did for King's Quest III Redux at the end of the game. And I always felt like I could do that song a little better. I posted clips of it, of me experimenting with it yesterday on Twitter and a couple of the Facebook groups. I took Lonnie Childress was the guy who sang on the song, and but he didn't have any harmonies, and I didn't know half about what I was doing back then. And so I took his performance and used Melodyne to pitch correct things a little bit, and also to add a harmony to it. Which here, let me just play it. Who needs order on these streams? Let's just go nuts. Is this the one? Yeah.
No one's ever walked this far. No one's ever tried so hard. No one's ever felt this way. Had so much taken away. Who could know my hurt, my pain? When time and again I'm shamed. How could I have kept so sane when all I did was rain? If it takes a lifetime, I will try to make it back home until I die.
That part there. Until I die, the harmony part goes up, and it doesn't follow it exactly.
If it takes a lifetime, I will try to make it back home until I die.
I really like that. I just stumble across this stuff and I get excited.
With you.
Nice if I added some harmonies back then, but I had no way of doing it.
No one
couldn't sing very well.
this way. No one knows how hard my fate. No one listened when I cried. Why would they care if I died? Longing keeps me on, goes me on and on. As rivers flow.
What does it do there?
A heavy love, anger
it goes up and down while the melody stays constant.
Rivers flow.
Find the pitch there.
My love will go me on and on as rivers flow.
I harmonized that part there, but it didn't sound good, so I cut it out. And then it starts to sound really robotic here towards the end when he's really belting. That's artificial there too. Comes down to semitone. Oh, it was just really fun. I'm gonna try to spruce that up a bit and do a 2021 remix. remaster or what have you. Just with everything I've learned now since then, it could be a little better. Better mixing. Even the drums I was using I no longer have. That's why there were no drums in the song there. So I could redo it with better drum libraries I have now. And oh, no, I'll keep that one. Whoops, right there. That's a mess. Leave that one. Anything that draws over the tree, I gotta erase. Sidon is now following. Thank you for following, sir. Welcome to our little group. People who care about antiquated game interpreter engines. Wow, you know what? This is pretty awful looking. I should at least copy it on this side. This tree is still crap. Well, let's just get through this. I am no artist. I get lucky. That's all. I'll do that. There. There. Problem right here, yep. All right. Oh, this looks like garbage. So right here where it's that doesn't look good. Let's see here. Can I do better? Can I do a little better? Just keep bring it down. No, too far. Just have it droop a bit. Did it droop? Maybe it shouldn't droop at all. That should come down a little more. No, I don't like any of it. Okay, this part here. Come up a different way. It's so awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh boy. Okay, let's go before I start drawing the rock. Okay. Oh, it looks so bad. Let's see what happens though. Maybe when we get the details in, it'll be a little better. I love this track. It's from Space Quest 6. When you're stranded in space in the shuttle. Just a lovely song. Lovely theme. Very dreamy. Oh, the best. I'll skip it. Girl in the tower. Alright, some rock lines here we need to get rid of. This is from King's Quest III Redux, from the telescope tower. No girls in towers when drawing for KQ2. More like no serenaders. The singing distracts. Music's fine. I wish there was an instrumental version. Actually, I should use one of those. You know what? I think I did that. I used one of those AI neural net. I'm so all over the place today. AI neural net things to remove vocals from music on Girl in the Tower. Is it here? I'm sure I... No. Okay. Tools, audio, AI. What's it called? Audio networks. Vocal remover. Yeah, I did it. I don't think it's the best, but it's pretty neat. So here's the instrumental. You got the more rock version of Squirrel at the Power? No, I don't. I had it years ago. I didn't get a hold of it again. It's not perfect. But I used a model that wasn't trained on very many songs. But some other models might have better luck. Very warbly. I think this model was used more for pulling vocals out and not caring much about the instrumental, whereas others care more about the instrumental than the vocals it pulls out. That's pretty good results, though. That's AI generated. Like it listens to instrumental and vocal versions and compares it, and it's the same thing with the ESR GAN surprise, the ESR GAN graphic upscaling. It doesn't work for her voice at all. Partially. Part of her voice came in there. It's pretty nice. That's all AI generated. You can kind of hear the reverb of their voices in the background. Voice is cutting through again. It's interesting. There's more instruments underneath than I knew there was. And here's the vocal only version. It's a pretty clean pull though. So I could take this and put it in any music I wanted. This is how I did the snare is cutting through. It thinks it's a sibilant. It's a little warbly. You can hear some MP3 warble in there. Sometimes it hiccups on guitar solos when it sounds a little too human. It'll think that it's actually a vocal, and so parts of a guitar solo will weave in and out. It all depends on the model you use, though. And you can train your own models. I haven't done that, though. But I thought that was pretty neat. Anyway. Alright. We'll get this screen done eventually. Oh boy, it's all freaking out now. Right, because I changed the lines here. Okay. Oh. It's too far over. This music is from Quest for Glory 5. Okay, good. Now I just have to finish the bark details down here. So let's do that. It's just a few... Whoops. Just a few squiggly lines. Kind of a weaving pattern, maybe pseudo weaving pattern, so it looks like some actual bark details. It just looks too much like I'm avoiding trying to hit the tree, so I gotta do something like that real close so it doesn't look like I'm favoring anything. They did a little too much there. I think that's okay. Oh, and this side now is wrong. A medley? Ambient tour. Oh, it's all the ambient music in a medley, I guess. I like it when soundtracks are all-encompassing like that. Every little piece of music is important. It might be someone's favorite theme, even if it's 10 seconds long and doesn't have much to it. I know I was disappointed when I get game soundtracks and my favorite theme wasn't on it because it was deemed not important enough. That's why my Mage's Initiation soundtrack is 92 tracks long. Over 2 hours of music. Because every little thing is included. And I mean every little thing. It's a nice song. I've never played through the Quest for Glory game, so when I stumble on these tracks I'd never heard before, it's like, wow, I should play this game. Oh, it's too short. I know it's an ambient tour, but that was a nice one. I even like a lot of the music in Mask of Eternity. Whatever thoughts you may have on the game itself, music is quite nice in a lot of places. In some places. Every track with an acoustic guitar or a nylon guitar or whatever it is in it is really nice, and I like it. Ah, Jan Hammer, Police Quest 3. I almost think this sounds better in ad-lib. This track. But it's good either way. Sounds wonderfully analog on the MT32. Alright, let's do some details on this tree. Now I think we've got a decent shape. Okay, what I'm gonna do is actually take the base of the tree, cut it out, and then draw it in after the leaves. That, and then what I can do is cut out all the draw commands that are behind the leaves. Okay. No, this is Police Quest 3, not Police Quest 2. This is Police Quest 2. Always marveled at how random that theme sounded. It's like he was going all over the keyboard. This is Police Quest 3. Where is it? I think I lost it. As a consequence of copying out this, I didn't get these drawn with the priority lines. Right there. There we go. King's Quest V. King's Quest V is some of the best Sierra music ever composed. I gotta say, I'm in love with it. I mean, Ken Allen, Mark Siebert, Chris Brayman, who did King's Quest VI, did some work on this. Rob Adisalt. King's Quest V and Space Quest 4 have the best Sierra soundtracks of ever, in my opinion. My humble opinion that nobody cares about. King's Quest 6 would be a close second. And what else? My favorite Sierra soundtracks. Let's see. Space Quest 4, King's Quest 5 are at the top. Probably tied. I think Space Quest 4 is only ahead by an inch because Space Quest is my favorite and Space Quest 4 is my favorite game. King's Quest 6 is right up there. Conquest of Camelot is another good one. Alright, now we got an empty tree. Let's see if we can... I mean, I'm trying to copy how it's got a gap here. I don't know why it does, but it still doesn't look as good as the AGI even. Alright, back to the tree. So priority still needs to be filled in here, so I'll leave that on. Let's do shading. Oh, wait. This color. And then switch to this color. Go back to the shading. Gotta do the same thing I did on the side. The shaded lines here on this side, in the shaded area, like the underside, I might make that black and green. So I'm going to do that. Down, and when it comes back, black and green. Back to green and gray. Green and black. Green and gray, just little details. Otherwise it looks too cartoony with bordering pixel lines. The color should be the same usually. Like the internal filling color should be, of the surrounding area of the line should be the same color as the line to make it not look so cartoony. I have such nostalgia for this game's soundtrack, especially on Tandy 3 voice. There's something about those tones that the 3 voice has, or the IBM PC Junior, or the Sega Master System. They all use the same, and the Sega Game Gear. They all use the same sound chip, I think. I prefer Space Quest 3 over Space Quest 4 by a small margin. Also really love Sylphid and Zeliard, though those are game arts. Zeliard and Thexter. Thexter 2 specifically. Thexter 1 just uses classical music, I think. But Zeliard 2, yeah, what... I actually... Zeliard's another one I prefer on AdLib as opposed to MT32. Sylphid I never played. The only version of Sylphid I had was for the color computer, the Tandy color computer. And it had no music at all. So I've never actually seen like the PC DOS version. If there was one. I wonder if I still have the cartridge. Hang on a second. Here, I'll just do this. Okay. This is my color computer. I actually have 2 of these. This one's really yellow. This is the one I grew up playing. It's still got some instructions my dad wrote. Here. Get rid of the blur, whatever. I got a messy house, deal with it. So I got some instructions up here of that my dad wrote to tell me how to launch games. Load M, quotes, and then exec to run the game. After load M quotes, you have to type the name of the file, and then type exec after that. This thing had RCA outputs. So it had cartridge input on the side, and we had a disk drive. A floppy 5 1/4 disk drive that plugged into the side here, and into the cartridge slot, and then the drive would be next to it. So I have a bunch of those speakers too. Discs. So here's my... Where are they? They even have tapes. Man, I don't even remember what these are, but I have nostalgia just for the color of the tapes. Star Trap. Ernie's Magic Shapes. These are games on cassette. There's more instructions here. Oh, you can't see that very well. C load M exec. Let me see if I can turn off the chroma key. That's what it is. You'd have to type C load M. You can't see it very well, the stupid camera. C load M instead of load M. C for cassette. And then type exec. Speaking of cassette drives, Tandy Computer Cassette Recorder, CCR82. It's got all these plugs on the side that you need to plug in. Oh, this thing brings back such memories. However, I've never been able to get this cassette drive to work. Like in the past few years. Come on, Thexter and Sylpheed. I know I had you. Also had Mickey's World of Writing on cassette. I still have the box with the manual and the cassette. These old game boxes are... This is how they came in Radio Shack. These great big, almost VHS looking movie game cases. And then my prized possession, one of only 2 Sierra games ever made. AGI games ever made for the color computer. King's Quest 3 and Leisure Suit Larry 1. We never ever could play it because our Coco didn't have enough RAM. Not enough memory to play it, so I've never tried it outside of an emulator. Here's some of the cartridges. So here's Robocop. Cartridges. Facemaker, that was a fun one for kids. Predator. I never knew this was a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie the whole time until years after, until I actually saw Predator. I'm like, wait, Predator was that game on the Coco, right? Springster, this was another good one. Amazing World of Malcolm Mortar. I don't know how much of this is nostalgic for anybody, but Sokoban, Tetris, Shanghai. Super Pitfall. This is how I experienced Super Pitfall. I know there was a bunch of different versions of this. I know I have Dexter and Sylphie. However, I can't find him. They must be in a box somewhere. I must have separated them for some reason. Time bound. What else is here? I got Puyan. That was another game I remember playing. Here's the joystick. I think these will actually work in a... I mean, it's a... 1, 2, 3, 4... A 6-pin, like one of those default connectors like that. I think this will work in a couple other consoles. Maybe like the Atari or something. Anyways, I'm kind of worried now. I wonder where my Thexter and Sylphie went. I must have separated them because they were my special Sierra games, and I don't know where they went. That was a nice trip down memory lane. For Sylphie, the credits theme doesn't even sound terrible on PC speaker. I really need to try it. I think I found it online and downloaded it, and just never tried it for years. And everyone has such nostalgia for Sylphie. They talk about it all the time, and I'm like, Well, it was all right. No, I only played the Cocoa version. It probably wasn't. Maybe it was a lot different from the main version. But I did enjoy Thexter, which I did have on both PC and the Cocoa. Rampage. Smash and Trash. I remember playing that one quite a bit too. And a lot of these games never had music. And even King's Quest III, which kind of has music in it, sound won't play on these Cocoa versions of AGI games unless every animation on the screen is paused. So you can't have sound and... At least in the AGI games. Other games use sound and animation at the same time, but not King's Quest III. It also drew the backgrounds live on the screen as you played. So when you do a screen transition, it would draw on the screen like some other AGI ports would for different systems. I think it was the original Apple II GS. AGI games did that. Where's my mouse? What's going on? Go back to the green. There we go. Anyway, let's see if I can finish this. Keep that one dark until I get there, and then it changes. Okay, now let's see what I can do with that. So we need to get some 3D kind of depth to this. So we've got 3 colors to work with for the tree, this tree I want to use, and that's green and gray, green and teal, light green and teal. I remember playing the original King's Quest game and it would draw it. Yeah, it would always draw the thing you could take last. Oh, so the mushroom, for example, would draw a half second after everything else was helpful. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Apple II, right. Okay. Yeah, that would definitely help. It's almost like in later VGA games, usually Sierra, but sometimes LucasArts too, the object you could pick up would be a sprite and it would be using different palettes than the palette in the background. I guess that was mostly Sierra. So it was kind of obvious what you'd have to interact with. So that would be kind of similar to that. Maybe I should do the trunk first. Well, what did I do? Okay, yeah. The reflected light is gray and brown. The middle is black and brown, and then it's just solid brown on that side. It's one valuable tip I learned in art is the reflected light on the shaded side, the shadow side. If I were doing more colors than 16, I would put a tinge hue of blue in it. So, because reflected light usually is blue, and then the sunlight highlight on the other side would be a little bit more yellow than everything else. I read that somewhere. Can't really do that in EGA though, so I just make it a tad lighter. And it seems to work. So reflected light with this. This is a very thin. That, and then we change to black. Actually, no. Before I do that, I'll do the brown so that there's more brown. There wouldn't be so much there, so what I should do is something like this. Because the shadow from the leaves will be covering it a little bit. Do something like that, and then do that. You can see it kind of looks like... I should do the same thing on this side, actually. Maybe about there. That. That makes sense. So now see, that's too thin, so I should actually draw that line with black and brown. There. Keep doing it the wrong spot. Alright, makes it a little wider anyway. Whatever. This is not a very talented art stream. Alright, now the leaves. That's a little weird hearing Mask of Eternity music in ad-lib. That's from King's Quest 2 Plus. The notes sound wrong. Little ugly. There must have been some pitch shifting information that went wrong. Okay, how am I gonna do this? That. Some overlap. Again, no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Or how this is gonna look. Just trying to look for some depth. Next. Actually, that should go straight up from there to like that. Maybe?
Hey, you there. Have you seen a little mouse running around? It's almost...
Gotta get rid of these mixed up Mother Goose tracks. Okay, and now theoretically, everything else could be this color and it should look presentable? It's not too bad. It just needs more detail, eh? So, what should we put here? Okay, there's a white spot down here. Okay, I just didn't fill it in. This is from Inca/Inca2. I'm not sure which one. It just says Inca/Inca2. Inca has some interesting music. Okay. Lots of pan flute, yeah. Inca was just an interesting idea. Let alone, you know what, I think this shading should actually be... I should have 4 shades. Dark green and black, and then green and brown, or gray. Because this is a little too light, I think. Unless I just do details in black and green. Let's see here. You know, one thing I wish Quest Studios did but never did do was a soundtrack for Rise of the Dragon. He did Heart of China. And I actually, maybe he didn't do Willie Beamish. Billy Weemish. I don't think he did Willie Beamish either, but there's some really good music in Rise of the Dragon, and specifically Blade's Apartment that I want to have on my playlist because I love that track. just do some details in the shadow like that. You might be able to get away with. And then if we take gray and green and kind of draw through this section, we can get some leaf detail here. There's a lot of jagged lines. Probably too much. But hey. Even though the shape is awkward, it's still passable and can look natural if you put these kind of shaded lines in it, I guess. I don't know, maybe it looks like garbage. If I took off the, see, once you take off or disable or draw the pictures as without dithering. If you get rid of the dithering, it really exposes all these lines and it looks like garbage. It really is supposed to be dithered. At least my art is. What happens if we put some green in here too? Oh, that didn't help. I don't like that. What about light green? Just on some highlights. Oh, there's one line that kind of went askew there. Let's get rid of that one. What's that? Space Quest Takeoff. That might be from Space Quest 2. Or Space Quest 3. So I think this is better than this. Right? I don't think there's a comparison. This looks a little more realistic, at least, than this. Maybe I should put some black lines down there. In the very... Well, the underside of the leaves maybe should just be black lines. On the left shaded side. Let's see. Go back to where I'm drawing these. Okay, right here. I think I'll just change this to black. All this look a little bit more like King's Quest 4, but I think it'll help the outline for those areas where the color is the same as the shadows on the ground. It's got to differentiate somehow. Oh, I'm going too far. Yeah, see, it gives a little bit more definition. Maybe not over here though. Right here I'll delete. But then right here. Okay, yeah, that's good. And I still think I need some black lines. Okay. Oh, and I missed that one. Let's get the history brush. Go back. Black. Change to that. Alright. That's a little too obvious. Nope. Might just be going overboard now. It can't be too much. That's crap. Get rid of it. Whoops. Get rid of that crap. Maybe instead of black and green details, I'll just do black details. What happens if I replace it like that? Still not that great. Okay, so instead of do that. It's a mess. It's such a mess. I don't like it at all. Maybe this tree should just be a plain green. Pine tree is much better. Well, thanks. But these shading details are a bit crap, I think. I should just leave it like that. The other thing I need is some bark detail. Not a lot. I need a lot on this. What is this? EcoQuest. It's another game I haven't played, EcoQuest. There's another screen I did a similar tree on, which came out a little better than this one. It is this one right here. So this is just straight up green, and I use solid green for the reflected light. Actually, this is a reflected light over here. So it looks like I just did a straight dark to light. Even though the sun's coming from this direction, the mountain is here casting a shadow, so the reflected light is actually brighter than that side is. At least that's how I did it in my head. That's how I justified it. But the color choice here makes a little more sense, I think. Or should I keep it like this? It's just, there's something about it that's... These lines help to contrast it, but then when you get to this side, it's like... These straight lines that are throwing it off. They're too straight. I think this line should just straight up be like that. For one thing. And green, maybe. So the underside of this could be black and green. Maybe that'll help what I'm going after here. So everything 16 should be 18. I think that'll definitely help to get some stronger contour. Okay, that's pointless. That's a little better. Okay, what if we did some black and green throughout, like this? More shaded in the... Yeah! Okay. Maybe that's what was missing. That's making it pop a bit more. Or it's just a mess. EcoQuest and Pepper's Adventures in Time are probably among the most forgiving of Sierra adventures, being aimed at a younger audience. Yeah, Pepper is another one I didn't play. I think that one was solely designed by Mark Siebert, too. I think that was the first game he designed. where he stepped up from music director to actual game producer. That adds a greater feeling of depth. I like it. Oh, good. Yeah, it's not as nice as this one, but I'm using different colors, so I think that's about as good as I can get it. And it's, again, light years better than that. This is from Day of the Tentacle. This is... Look, the shadow's different too. I must have edited that after. Neat seeing the difference there. Okay, let's try it in game. You know what? I should put a black line on that tree. That's bugging me too. Just for the starting shade on the left side, not on the right side. Keep that. And then on the ground should also be black. And that should be black and brown. And that should be black. But then black and brown. Okay. There we go. Bit more of a contour there. Maybe the right side should be brown and gray. I always tweak. Oh, it could be a little better. Like that. And then here we go there. Like that. Didn't really make a difference. Not a noticeable one. But for some reason I like it. No, you know what it should be? No, I should just leave it. Alright, let's try it in game. I love that this is finished now. Now I just gotta do the indoor inside of the monastery. Maybe I'll do that next time. Uh-oh. Did it crash? Why did it crash? It didn't like something that happened. Rebuild. It didn't like that picture for some reason. Alpha Wolf, thank you for following. EcoQuest was lovely. I have not played it. Welcome to the group. Okay, what will happen? Oh no, it doesn't like it for some reason. What's going on there? What's wrong with it? It's a better tree, why won't you? Uh-oh. Is there some kind of messed up draw commands again that kind of screwed up my other screen? Let's export as a patch file. Open patch file? Okay, no, there's no corruption going on. Maybe it's too big. No, the pic is 9,264 bytes. I think that's fine. There is a... yeah, see this screen is 10,000 bytes. There is a byte limit to screens. This one was 9,145. This is not that much more than that. Yes, good idea. Except, ScumVM won't open SCI fan games. Unfortunately. Let's try it though. I don't think it's going to recognize it. Pick the game. It doesn't know what game it is. Well, it's based on Leisure Suit Larry 3, which is not here. Could not find any engine capable of running the selected game. Yeah, it doesn't know what to do with this. Heart of China again. Let's say Space Quest 3. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, no. It won't even add it. No, it's not going to do it. Stupid scum VM. I think it'll work if I change the game object name from KQ2 in the main script to one that already exists, like LSL2. But I think that might break half the game. So if I change the name of this, this is what determines the name of the internal name of the game and the save games. If I change that to LSL3. Yeah, see, it's... Will that work? Okay, recompile all. Ego Dead is not used anywhere. Smoke is not used anywhere. That's fine. Now, will ScumVM open it? If I trick it as such? Nope. It still doesn't recognize it. Stupid ScumVM. Stubborn. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. Okay, what room is that? 7, right? 7. Okay, I'm here, but it won't let me move. It drew it fine. Can I do things like debug commands? I can't. I can't even control the game. Something about this screen is messing the game up. Could I get a copy of the pick file? I'd like to try it with my own SCI 0 renderer to see if there's something wrong with it. Sure. Sure thing. You wanna... You're on this. You're on the Space Quest Historian Discord, right? Are you? I'll just direct message you on there. I just gotta open it. Pick 7. Oh, no, not there. Alright, I DM'd it to you on Discord. I wonder if SCI Viewer will open it. I already have Viewer open here. Open file. Adventures, mine, SCI Games, KQ2, projects, resources, pictures, 007. Well, it draws fine in SCI viewer. Fix the aspect ratio. Oh, that's why. The whole screen is white. That's it. The control screen is the whole control screen is white, so you can't actually walk anywhere. That's what's happening. So there's breaks in the line, so when I went to fill it, it flood filled the whole screen. That's what it is. Alright, why did it... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna have to... get rid of that flood fill. Go back to the bottom. Fill these holes. Okay. That's probably what it is. If I'm being honest. That. Now I can flood fill. Rebuild. Now let's try it. 6. Yeah, always because yeah, it makes sense because I redrew the tree, so all the lines are off, all the draw commands. I forgot all about the control. There we go. So it wouldn't even change the screen because I couldn't actually walk anywhere in it. There you go. Oh, that's not good. Right, I made the branches initially higher than Ego's height. So now I'm gonna have to make the whole tree block him right to the leaves. Otherwise, I don't think it's okay. You can't currently fall off this. Oh, and I did miss some cliff face detail right here. So I have to actually make this box bigger now. How wide this is. So the branch comes out to 36 and reaches to 142. 36 to 142. Rebuild. I could probably get a little closer than that. So, because it is going up right against his toes, which is why he's not going any closer than that. I could probably shave that off by 2 or 3 pixels. Perhaps 3 pixels. 3 pixels sounds good. Actually, all of these control drawing commands should be moved. So right here, everything from here down, I'll move to the end. I like to have the control stuff towards the end. It adjusts Eagle's position so that he doesn't get stuck on entering the screen, but if there's no possible location, he gets stuck during the search. Doing the search, yeah. That makes sense. Unless I specifically added ignore control lines to his instance. That's interesting, though. I would have figured it would have just moved him in, and then he couldn't move once he's in there. But it didn't even draw the screen, so it's actually a little smarter than I gave it credit for. Although it's not very helpful. So 36, 7, plus 3 is 39. 39 to 139. To 139. Well, deleted the wrong ones again. There. Speaking of good music, there's Space Quest 4. There, we can get a little closer now to the branch. You know, I might even be able to just do it a little further. Only thing is that's a little bit more annoying to walk around, but... What's the priority line there anyway? Whole block, yeah. Well, this stream's been pretty long, hasn't it? Almost 3 hours. I'll stop pretty soon. But I just want to iron this out. Shave a couple more pixels off that. That's what I want to do. $39, 40, 41. 1 to 137. Yeah, that's better. So his toes can go in, but yeah, his face won't go right up to it. I like that better. He does go right up to it there, but it's fine because okay, his arm walks through it, but you barely notice that. That's not going to be anything I'm going to care about. Good, okay. Done. I'll call that done. Good. Pretty productive day. After all. We've turned a bad tree into a good tree. Listened to some good music, reminisced on some retro hardware. Realized that I don't know where my copies of Sylpheed and Thexter are for the Coco. That was fun. Thanks for joining. I'll be here again Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. And, okay, I gotta get back to a schedule now. So, I kind of had a plan of going programming, art, then music every other week. But, no problem. No problem. But I didn't do that the past couple weeks because last week on Thursday I sprained my wrist and I couldn't, I chose not to stream for the sake of healing my wrist, which is much better now. So last week I actually did art, and this week I did programming and art, so that kind of makes up for it. Kind of starting over. Last week was programming, this week was art. Next week I'll do music again. Sound good? This is way too suspenseful. Okay, thanks everybody for coming, dropping by, and helping me showing up to view this, for it interests you, and so that I can actually get this finished. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.